Avoir in present tense. The French word avoir translates to have in English. We have 8 forms of present tense avoir. They are j'ai, tu as, il a, elle a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, and elles ont. J'ai means I have, tu as means you have, il a means he has, elle means she has, nous avons means we have, vous avez means y'all have, ils ont means they have for masculine and mixed, and elles ont means they have for feminine. This can be divided into first, second, and third person, as well as singular versus plural. Let's look at this example. Since avoir means to have, we need a prop. I'll be using a book as our prop. In French, a book translates to un livre. Now let's get started, and don't mind my stick figure drawings. I'm not an artist. Here we have one person. This person is a drawing of me. There is a somewhat resemblance if you look hard enough. If you watch the direction of my finger and where my pupils look, I'm pointing to myself as if I'm talking about myself, and in my hand I have a book, un livre. Therefore, this picture should be labeled j'ai un livre. I have a book, as j'ai means I have. Here we have 2 people, me and a guy. Let's have this guy represent you, the viewer. You will be important for the rest of the video. Notice how you now have the book in your hand, and my finger is pointing to you. My eyes also look at you, meaning I'm talking to you. Therefore, this picture should be labeled tu as un livre. You have a book, as tu as means you have. Here we have 3 people, me, you, and a guy. This guy will remain anonymous since he's not really that important to have a title. Notice how he now has the book, and my finger is pointing to him, while my attention is on you. Also take note how the guy is set a bit further from you and me. We could be talking about him, like some sort of gossip, without him really knowing. His eyes show that he doesn't notice you and me, but is instead admiring the book. Therefore, this picture should be labeled il a un livre. He has a book, as il a means he has. Here we have 3 people again, me, you, and a girl, instead of the previous guy. But like the guy, she will remain unnamed since she's not really that important enough to have a title. Notice how she now has the book and my finger is pointing to her, while my attention is kept on you. Also take note how the girl is set a bit further from you and me, where we could be talking about her without her realizing it. Her eyes even show that her attention is set on the book. Therefore, this picture should be labeled elle a un livre. She has a book, as elle means she has. The previous 4 scenarios we went through were all singular forms of avoir. Time to move on to plurals. Bear with me, we're halfway through. Here we have 2 people, me and you, both in possession of the book and pointing to ourselves with eye contact to some third-party viewer through the screen. It's as if we are one unit, referring to us as a whole. Therefore, this picture should be labeled nous avons un livre. We have a book, as nous avons means we have. Here we have 3 people, me, you, and another random person who will remain untitled. Notice how my finger and eye contact is pointing to you 2, as if I'm talking to the both of you, and the both of you have a book. Therefore, this picture should be labeled vous avez un livre. Y'all have a book, as vous avez means y'all have, the plural form of you. Here we have 4 people, me, you, and 2 random nameless guys. The nameless guys both have a book, and my finger is pointing to them, like I'm referencing them while talking to you, who has my eye contact. Therefore, the picture should be labeled ils ont un livre. They have a book, as ils ont means they have. Ils ont refers to a group of guys, but it also refers to a group of mixed genders, even if there's just one girl or a million girls. If there's a single guy, then the masculine form of they have, which is ils ont, takes over. The power of men, am I right? I'm kidding. Finally, we're on the last one. Okay, here we have 4 people, me, you, and 2 anonymous girls. The anonymous girls both possess a book, and my finger is pointing to them while keeping my attention on you, symbolizing that I'm talking about the group of girls to you. Therefore, this picture should be labeled elles ont un livre. They have a book, as elles ont means they have. But elles ont only refers to a group of girls. There can't be any men in this group, or else it would be the previous ils ont, as we've discussed prior. Now, if we arrange all the pictures together in a chart by singular versus plural, we can see side by side which are first, second, and third person. J'ai and nous avons are first person. Tu as and vous avez are second person. Il a, elle a, ils ont, and elles ont are third person. It's nice that they're side to side. It's like each phrase has a matching pair. Now let's summarize. Avoir means to have. There are 8 forms of present tense avoir. J'ai, tu as, il a, elle a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, and elles ont. J'ai and nous avons are first person, but j'ai is singular and nous avons is plural. Tu as and vous avez are second person, but tu as is singular and vous avez is plural. Il a, elle a, they're both third person, singular. Ils ont and elles ont, they're both third person, plural. Well, that's it for this lesson on avoir. Goodbye, my friends. Au revoir, mes amis.